the highest finishing female driver was Isabella Robusto. Now, she had a sixth place finish and an impressive weekend overall at Phoenix. So, Ben and Joe, do you guys think this increases the potential for her to race more and maybe even for her to race full time?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she had a thoroughly impressive weekend. And again, sixth place, which is where she started and where she finished, doesn't even really tell the full story. She actually ran a little bit higher, I think as high as third during the race itself. And she mentioned post-race that her car wasn't as strong on short runs, and some of the restarts towards the end kind of shuffled her back. And again, part of that's racecraft, which will come with time and experience. Of course, this was her ARCA debut, which should have come last year, but that's of course a story for another time, and we covered that a couple weeks ago on this show. Right here, right now, looking at the performance that she put in, thoroughly impressive. Beat her two full-time teammates here, who we'll talk about in just a moment, Tony Breidinger and Amber Balkan. Really impressive result. And, again, she's balancing this with some late model stuff throughout this year. So I don't know quite off the top of my head how many ARCA races she's going to run. But, at this point, I would think that number is only going to go up. If Toyota are smart, if Venturini can find a way to get her in the car for more races this year. And then absolutely, I think, setting herself up very well for the potential to run full-time in whatever ARCA platform offers her that opportunity, whether it's the National Series, the East Series, which has a lot of common races with ARCA, National, or, of course, even ARCA West. We saw them go full-time at Venturini with Sean Higurani last year. So, the opportunities, I think, are certainly there. And to put in a result like this, I think she proved that, again, we'll see how she continues to perform in the races ahead of her this year. But overall, a very strong start. I don't think you can really ask for much more, and really staking her claim for a full-time seat in ARCA in 2025.
When it comes to her performance at Phoenix, that was amazing. At one point, as you mentioned, I believe it was on a restart, she was fighting for as high as third place. Then I think that's when we saw the planned caution for the pit stops come in. But we even saw her beating a bang, I believe it was a fourth place battle where she made contact when there was two other vehicles, three wide, kept running. And overall, I felt just really managed the race really well, took care of the car, bring it home. Unfortunate with, the lightning that then brought the rain and then the race being called off. But overall, I think that was very impressive for her to have such a strong finish. And like you said, Ben, if they can make a deal where it's like, hey, we want you in the ARCA seat more and more, the late model stuff, I know as fun as that is, that could be easily something that, okay, an ARCA opportunity, that's going to be definitely a big deal to get. Be really interested to see what all could happen, but I got to agree with you. I think 2025 has to be ARCA full-time. Depending on how that goes, keep the door open in case maybe we start talking about, even though it's such a mess, in my opinion, the truck series, you want to just have this person go ARCA to Xfinity or ARCA to trucks? That's just going to conversation for 2025.